Hi guys, Crystal Palace Arsenal is about to start in the next couple of hours. You'll probably see this video a lot later, but this is the first time in forever on match day I've got up with no anxiety. I feel like I've got nothing to do, nothing to be worried about, and it's a very strange feeling as an Arsenal fan. Through the whole season, you guys have seen me like looking for ways and trying to justify everything. Listen to this Bible verse from Juri and Timber. The grass withers and the flowers fall, but the word of our God stands forever. Isaiah 48, chapter 8. And today is a happy Pentecost day. It's going to be happy Arsenal day because we are getting our trophy today. It's a coronation for Arsenal. We did our job. We won the Premier League at Burnley because Bournemouth went ahead and they held Manchester. In fact, Manchester City held Bournemouth to a draw because they should have won it in the end. I just did not see where Manchester City would be able to beat Bournemouth. We played Bournemouth home and away, and they gave us a torrid time in both games. And because of the games I've seen Manchester City play, their midfield, they've got some individual brilliance in there. I just could not see how they could sustain it over the full 90 minutes. And like, isn't it amazing to see all the things that are coming out from the club? Listening to Arteta, guys, Arteta was like, he couldn't watch the Bournemouth game. I was fine. I tuned in and I was just like, oh, if they win this, because I was like, yeah, I'll have to do Crystal Palace. We're going to have to win at Crystal Palace if we don't do it at Burnley, but I thought we'd do it at Burnley. But Arteta couldn't watch it. He basically said I had to leave. I had to go home. I couldn't bear it. My energy just wasn't in there. He was so anxious to watch the match. And it was the same with several other players. Declan Rice also had to go walk the fields because at the training ground, because that's where him and most of the team were watching it from. And they just couldn't do it. And a lot of times I think after Wolves, after Aston Villa, it's always after we lose, where you lose faith. And he said after one of those games where we like drew, and he said, no, 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 you know what? Stick with us. Stick with us. I had sacked him one or two times by then anyway, but I unsacked him pretty quickly. A lot of people were mocking me. How do you do this? Oh, you're going to bottle it. Oh, and like it was propaganda nonsense, and I'm thinking, you know what? Even like the last 3 seasons how we finished runners up, I think that is an achievement. For me, that's a huge achievement because I've been here after the Wenger days where top four was a trophy. For me, second was an achievement because you have to respect the people you're going up against. You also have to be realistic about your limitations. Our injuries at some point over Christmas, December, Saka was even when Saka would come back for like a few games, he would look terrible. And I'm like, don't play him. Don't play him. He's not fit enough. We don't need to play him. You've got cover. Play somebody else there. We saw Noni do a great, fantastic job on that wing. We saw Max Dowman come on as well and support in 10 as well as in that wing place. And yeah, we were like making things happen. And there were times where I thought, okay, when Manchester, that wobble, when we lost the final, I mean, that final was actually self-sabotage because Arteta decided to play Kepa in goal instead of Raya. And I blamed myself because I wanted Kepa to play in goal. So I didn't blame him too much because it was my fault. Why? Not because the team played well, because like we have seen and he has said, we can't score, we can't create enough to score a million goals because everyone has a back five, a low block against us, and it's so hard to create the chances we need to score multiple goals. But if we can't score easily, make sure the back is tight, shut down, so that when we get that one chance, we go ahead and score. And that is basically how we went through the season. And I just did not know. And I've always asked him, when I see Arteta come out for an interview, he's talking, he looks level headed, and I'm thinking, we are the same age. How does he do it? I can't even, sometimes, like when we lose, I can't watch highlights for like 3 days. I feel absolutely sick, but these guys are made of crazy stuff. They're made of stern things. because he has to face up and he has to analyze. And just hearing that he couldn't even watch the Bournemouth game, I think because he knew we all had an idea that Bournemouth were the giant killers of this season. He couldn't watch it. Declan Rice couldn't watch it. You could see the passion. Those guys, when they play and they don't win, especially with expectation, when they look outside and they see all those Arsenal fans in the stands on social media, they don't look at us as idiots who are asking for them for too much. They know they have to do everything. Mikel Arteta has made it so that the players look at the fans as the oxygen. And there were times where I'd come here and I'm thinking, guys, things are tough. You need to support the team. If you've got the privilege of getting tickets to Arsenal games, you cannot go there looking bloody miserable. Because there were games where sometimes the fans were the big problem. That turned round after losing to Manchester City. Funny enough, when the Premier League match, that is where everything turned, when Declan Rice was like, and to be honest, I wasn't really impressed with that performance, but a lot of people were like, oh, we actually played very well. We just couldn't do it. And I was thinking, okay, but Declan Rice is like, it's not over. And at first I thought it was over. Then I rewatched some of the match and I saw the comments and I listened out to the comments the players were making, and I was begging for a change in midfield. And then we saw the change in midfield, didn't we? And this is not to apportion blame. We just needed to zhuzh things up. We needed to zhuzh things up, and he zhuzhed things up. He said music, all those anthems, the fans came out. Especially, I think what helped us as well was our Champions League run, because we're doing well in the Champions League, going to Atletico and almost winning there. We got a draw. I wish we had won that match though. Almost winning there. And then when they came to the Emirates and they had that parade, whoever came up with the idea to do that parade for the second leg of the Champions League semi-final was inspired. I think then is when the players realize, guys, we need to really think outside the box. We need to be dogged. For me, my major concern was Big Gabby, the best defender in the world, in my opinion. I mean, I was like, I know you are the best defender in the world. I don't think you know it. I don't think he knew it. People who like, oh, really? He probably looks in the mirror thinking, imposter syndrome. Same as Ubamendi, imposter syndrome. You are so good, but you don't know how to sort of give yourselves. You're not arrogant. You're not a Haaland. I'm not calling Haaland arrogant in a bad way, but Haaland has figured out from when he was 17, 18 that he was the best striker in the world. Like Ronaldo. Our players are more like a Messi, more like, oh, really? You think I'm good? Oh, thank you. And then they move on. And, I don't think Bukayo Saka knows he's like one of the best wingers in the world. He just does it. He doesn't know how he does it. It comes so naturally to him. It's effortless. And he probably thinks like he's cheating. He goes home and thinks, how do I get away with this? That is just the attitude of the players, but it has worked out for us this year, guys. We are about to be given our trophy, an hour and a half to go. And yeah, it's an amazing feeling. And I'm here for it. I am really here for it. And I'm sure you'll be seeing this afterwards. But I hope we beat Crystal Palace 1-0. Anything else will be an insult. Please make it 1-0 so that we annoy all the right people. Yeah, that is the only agenda this season, because I am absolutely fed up. At the end, that is how we want it. We need to be resilient. And I just also want to think about a player who over the last few months has probably felt left out. And, sometimes you have to be left out for the good of the project. And we've had to sort of put Gabriel Martinelli on the sidelines. He's come on, he's done bits, but he has not been the focal point. We haven't needed that help on his side of the field as much as we have needed it on our left, on our right. Bukayo was out, we had Noni, he was pushing. Then he also got injured against England and he had a cast on his arm. He couldn't mobilize. Thank goodness Saka came back and he could do half the game and all that, But I feel like Martinelli really suffered because we could not really do much. Leandro Trossard, for me, had more authority there. In Europe, though, it has to be Martinelli. And I hope we keep him, because you know what? sometimes loyalty is more important and more a winning formula than cashing out. You know, I don't think Martinelli is done just yet. We should give him another opportunity to keep him. I've heard rumors that is it Bayern and PSG want him, but I want him to stay. If we get Julian Alvarez, though, as the rumors are circulating, then bye bye. But I don't want us to become like this professional club 100% where it's all about purchasing the biggest and the brightest. Look at the players we've brought in. Look at Hincapié. We're watching Arsenal versus Chelsea versus Arsenal last season. And Hincapié was absolutely incredible in that match. He was flying into everything. He was like cooking. He held it down for us. So I want that kind of profile in the team. I hope Martinelli, gets another chance, at least from September to January, to sort of get back in the team. But I feel like with Pep Guardiola leaving the Premier League, it is up to Arteta, how long he's going to absolutely dominate this league. I think he's the guy now to beat because he has got it down pat. He knows what he has to do to win it, and it's over. It's over for everybody because for the last 3 seasons, he has been learning, and he has learned to the extent that it will be so hard for anybody else to come in and try and surpass him. Maresca, I can't see it happening. I feel like for the first time in a long time, Manchester City might be dropping out of the top 4. Things are not looking good for them. Have you seen how they've been performing? The only thing that saved them this season was Semenyo and McGahey, and that is with Pep. So without Pep, they would have finished 5th at the max. So it's going to be a mess. But otherwise, guys, I'll be seeing you after our coronation, after we celebrate, and then join me. Keep an eye out for my lives and my videos at the parade. I'm going to head down to London and watch the final there, as well as be there for the parade on Sunday. Otherwise, catch you later. Bye-bye. I'll catch you after the game, actually. I'll do the post-match. Talk soon. Bye-bye.